All right, pretty cool. Time's now 4:46. Let's get back over to Peyton.
More heat today. We do have a heat advisory for most of southeast Louisiana, and a big part of Louisiana is under either a heat warning or heat advisory. Heat index values will top out in the 110s down here, around 110, and to our north could get up to around 114 to 115. Be very, very careful. This type of heat, it is dangerous if you got to be out in it for any extended time. Actual temperatures will be in the mid-90s. Take a look at your town there. You can see, could see a few mid-90s, some low 90s, some upper 80s near the coast, and we are above that average high of 92. The record is 98. That was back in 2000, so we'll be within probably 2 or 3 degrees of that. Temperatures stay in the 90s all the way through early next week. Not even the low 90s, the mid 90s each and every day, and some of you might even briefly touch the upper 90s. We did see a few upper 90s yesterday, and notice by next Tuesday rain chances a little higher, and therefore we go back down to the low 90s. The worst part of all this is the heat index, and down here we do have to talk about the heat index because we have so much humidity, and that makes it feel hotter to humid. 109 to 110 seems like a good bet today and tomorrow. A little bit more rain in the forecast Friday, and then you can see there staying near 110 as we go through the next probably 5 to 6 days or so. Tomorrow and Friday rain chances are a hair higher, so we'll keep an eye on that, but maybe that brings you a little bit of relief from the heat. But overall, if you don't get rain, it's just still simply going to be hot. It is going to be humid. We always talk about the heat index. Sometimes we get pushback on the heat index, but it is an actual calculation. It's not a number we make up. Here is a rough kind of look at the equation that is used within our computers here, and that's how we get our heat index. So you plug in the temperature, you can plug in the relative humidity of some other variables and a bunch of constants in there, and spits out what you get, the heat index. So it is an actual calculation. The reason we use the heat index is because of the humidity. Now, when the body gets hot, we all know it creates sweat. That sweat goes to the surface of your skin, and as it hits your skin, it'll start to evaporate into the air. That evaporation process is actually a cooling process. It takes heat away from your body, but when there is a lot of moisture in the air, humidity like we have down here, that sweat adds up and it doesn't evaporate. Therefore, you don't get that cooling effect, and it feels hotter than it actually is. So that's why in dry heat, it actually feels better than a humid heat. It is an actual fact, and if you've ever been in dry heat, it can be 100 degrees and feel better than a 90-degree humid day down here. So we do focus on the heat index for you, and that is why it is so muggy down here. All right, 7-day forecast. The mid-90s are here all the way through the end of the work week and into the weekend. Those mid-90s will feel like the 100s, and each day a chance for some showers and storms, but tomorrow and Friday chances are a little bit higher.